Yes, people, what's going on? You're here, Man Knows Football with Guni and Younes. I had a good birthday weekend. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. It was just a chilled one, really, with the family, but still, man, blessing to see another year. But we're here on transfer deadline day, man, and it looks like it's gonna be super quiet for Chelsea Football Club unless there are surprises in the last minute. But before we get to that, Younes, how you doing, my bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Happy birthday to you, firstly.
Thank you, man.
I know I've told you privately, but on here as well. Happy birthday, man. Glad you had a good one. And yeah, no presents coming from Chelsea this transfer window. So it's looking plain. It's looking basic.
Well, to be completely honest with you, like the way I feel about this whole situation is I would rather it stay quiet now and not do any business because anything that we do now, except an Usman Dembele signing, because we know that that's a wanted player from the manager, is a panic buy, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't really a fan. I mean, before the transfer window, given the circumstances of what was going on in January with our injuries and our results, I kind of almost fell into the panic puddle. But really thinking about it, I just thought, you know what? If we're not going to sign the required quality in January, then there's no point. I'd rather the window stay quiet. Eunice looks like he's heard some information. What's going on here? What is going on here? This is the beauty of transfer deadline day. News just pops up like this. Boop. Do you know what I mean? But Eunice has definitely got something.
I have to, bro. This is funny. So yeah, we've basically just got a Peter Odemwingie, but on an international level. So Barcelona talks with Aubameyang have collapsed.
Oh my days! Is it Aubameyang in Spain though?
He's in Barcelona, yeah.
Boy, Aubameyang better a boomerang back to Arsenal then, shouldn't he?
That was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
man.
A boomerang. Yeah. Your journey to Barcelona seems off. You got to get your return flight to Arsenal. I
can't believe he's got to fly back to London, bro.
I would pay to be the fly on the wall when he walks into Arsenal's complex for the first time.
We're getting filmed for Amazon, mate. They've got the cameras there ready. So they better include this in the documentary. If this isn't included, I'm going to sue.
No, this is hilarious. Arsenal are just the gift I keep on giving. Because earlier I heard they were going for this Raul de Paul geezer over in La Liga. His record is all right, but I hear like it's not really the required standard. But they're just in the mud because now what are they going to do with Aubameyang? Because that is public information now, and
yeah,
if Arsenal decide to play him after this, it's gonna look way. It's not looking good. But like I said, Arsenal, the gift that keep on giving. I'm sure we're going to hear some other news as we're doing this live. But yeah, let's get on to Chelsea and our lack of business. So the one that was kind of, is it going to happen? Is it not going to happen? Was obviously Usman Dembele. And it looks like, and quite rightly so, that Chelsea would prefer a deal to be struck in the summer. Now, the people know how I feel about this signing. I'm pretty indifferent to it. My only thing about it is Thomas Tuchel wants the player, and that's the only reason why I back the signing.
Is that actually like legit? Is that confirmed? Like, is that?
I mean, I've seen several people say it. I'm gonna be careful as to say whether they're top sources or not. It's a different question, but like, look, it adds together when you see it. Because look, Usman was the most successful under Thomas Tuchel. He loved him as a player. Tuchel's come out several times and said that, you know, that's a talent he wished he played for more than just a year, because he left Dortmund he was only with him for a year at Dortmund. So it might be, but I definitely think that there's interest there. We've had reports from what's his name, Simon Phillips. We've had reports from I believe even Fabrizio mentioned something about it, but it was that before we came on, you were saying that Usman was getting passed around a little bit, offered to Manchester United, offered to Arsenal as part exchange with the Aubameyang deal, offered to PSG. So it looks like Barca are really desperate to get rid of him.
Barca and they did put the deadline in it because they want money, and if it doesn't happen today, then he's leaving for free. So That's 100 million investment gone down the drain.
No, yeah, absolutely. But it's smart. It's to be honest with you, if Chelsea are adamant they want this player, they've played it in the right way. You know, if they can wait till
Yeah.
the summer where they're not going to have to pay a fee, obviously they're going to have to compensate that with some high wages. That one there is going to be interesting. Like I said, the injury record, the off the field mentality, and all that. Big risk, man.
Yeah.
But aside from that, man, we've just really seen outgoings. Tino Anjorin has gone to Huddersfield on loan. Do you see a future with this guy at the club, Tino?
Tino. Honestly, no. I'd like to say there's a chance. Obviously, if he proves himself, the fact he's going to Huddersfield on a loan. I mean, yes, not the worst thing in the world, not the best thing though. Considering that he was just in Moscow. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it's a tough position where he plays. It's tough demand. And I know in terms of the fact that our attackers haven't really been banging. We've got a little winger issue as well. So going into the summer, if the rumors are true and we're going to have some players that are leaving, I doubt it's going to be Tino Anjorin that walks in and takes a spot. So yeah, in the long run, it doesn't look like it.
No, this is to me, it feels like we're just loaning him out there to sort of showcase his price.
Up his
Hopefully he
value.
does his
Yeah.
just hopefully he does a good job over at Huddersfield. I mean, who have done pretty well with loan signings, particularly
Yeah.
we sent Colwill over there, who is I just saw he was voted outside Europe under the under 23s, the second best centre back in Europe. It was where's the source now? I'll get it up onto bruv. I do because you see what it is my memory. I can remember a lot, but when it comes to like the small details like that, I might forget him. But yeah, I can remember things like that. But basically he's just in immense form. So Huddersfield obviously have got to take credit for that. They've identified the talent, they've nurtured him well as well. We all knew that Colwill had the talent, but apparently he's absolutely beasted it this season. But honestly, I'm happy. There's a comment here that I saw. Joash. I don't know if you're not too happy about us not doing business. So Chelsea had one job: get a left back, maybe a right back too. Did nothing, not surprised. You see where I will agree on that one is the fact that we saw Gersons go for the price that he went for to Inter Milan, and we did absolutely nothing about it. That's the one where I'm sort of like, Chelsea, man, you might have missed a trick here for that price as well. That's a gamble worth taking if you feel it's a gamble. You know, he's good on either side, versatile player. He's been on decent form for quite a few seasons now, showing his European pedigree. That's a gamble that we could have taken for a January transfer that could have gone well, but unfortunately, we missed out on that one. But outside of that, though, it's like I said, there's not really any targets out there that was available in January for me to say, yeah, do you know what? I would take him. In fact, do you know what? Liverpool actually got him, Luis Diaz. Should we actually start coming on to the transfers of one or two other clubs? I mean,
absolutely.
Let's start with Liverpool because they've signed a very serious winger. For a January transfer window, they've signed a very decent player who appears could be Sadio Mane's long-term replacement. Obviously, if he hits the ground running. But Sadio Mane, we all know his form has sort of declined over the past season or two. He's not the elite Sadio Mane that we used to know. Although he's still scoring goals, he does well, but he's not at the standard that I remember him being at when he was at his elite. You see what I'm saying? So I think Liverpool, they've invested very wisely in signing him. I believe it was for a decent price as well, because it was reported that Tottenham were in for him first, and obviously them being the laughing stock that they are, they got rejected by him. You see what I mean? So then
Reject FC,
yeah, but apparently it was the fact that Diaz was solely on going to Liverpool. He didn't want to go anywhere else. But in terms of recruitment, that one signing there for Liverpool, how do you rate their window off the back of just that one?
It's a good signing. And they haven't had too much activity, the same way Man City haven't had too much activity, but they've just identified exactly what they've needed, especially on the basis of the fact that Salah and Mane have gone to the Africa Cup of Nations and they've had to deal with what they've had. I think it's based on that they've had to look and go, okay, you know what? Getting one more name in might actually be beneficial. And they've identified top target as far as in terms of, you know, Luis Diaz isn't one of the best wingers in the world, but the way that Liverpool play, the way that Klopp likes to have his wingers play, and how the system is at Liverpool, you just know he's going to slot right in. That's just,
Yeah.
again, what we've discussed over the last couple of weeks is proper scouting. That is, you know, identifying exactly what fits Liverpool. Diaz will fit right in, man. Diaz will slot right in. And now you look at, you know, Salah, Mane, Firmino, and you take that apart, and now you've got Jota, Luis Diaz, you know, as backups. And obviously there's Origi and there's, you know, Minamino and all of that. But it's a nice hierarchy that they've got going at Liverpool. And as soon as Salah and Mane, you know, when their time comes to an end, the next two, obviously, with the way that
More than
Jota's
ready
been
to
filling
step
in,
up.
the way that Diaz will, they'll be ready. They'll be ready. That's long-term planning. That's long-term thinking, as well as the present at the same time. It's a top buy. It's a top buy.
No, I think so as well. I think Liverpool, and most importantly, do you know what I mean? It's not even down to the price or whatever. It's just the fact that you can see how he's just going to slot right into that position, man. And
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Luis Diaz, obviously I'm not going to say that I've watched him week in, week out, but I've seen enough of him to say that this guy is a decent and tricky player, direct as well, and he's shown his pedigree in Europe too. So it will be interesting to see how he'll take in the Premier League. Personally, I think it's going to be a W for Liverpool. It is what it is. Yeah, do you know what? I'm just going to touch on this real quick because we're going to be asked this question. Can't be avoided.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to say about the whole situation. Yeah. First of all, I don't even want to mention that scumbag first. I want to make sure that the girl's okay. That's what matters to me. The fact that this is being taken care of and she's away from an alleged abuser. If it is true, obviously, alleged abuser. Yeah. That's what matters to me. Whatever happens to this scumbag, his footballing career and all that, that don't matter to me. Because to me, like I rated him very highly, very, very talented, but nobody, regardless how talented you are, allegedly, if this is what he's doing, should be doing any of this. Absolutely not. And if this does go to prosecution, I hope he does get the full force of the law. That is all I'm going to say in this situation. It is a pending investigation and it can't be really going into mad details about the situation. But the primary message that I want to give is to take away the light from what this abuser has done, quote unquote, alleged abuser, let me say, and just make sure that the girl is safe, the girl is all right, and she's in a good mental state going forward, and she's going to be taken care of. That's what matters. So on that issue, I'm going to close up and we're going to get back onto the transfer window. So we've just spoken about Liverpool. Let's move on to Newcastle. Hey, these brothers was making noise and just, yep, they're starting to flex now. That's what they're doing. And they've just signed Bruno Guimaraes. Am I saying
Bruno
his name
Guimaraes?
properly?
Well, it could be. You could actually be saying it right. You know, the same way that Portuguese people say Bruno Fernandes, like correctly. Yeah. They go Bruno Fernandes. And they end it. It cuts off. It's like, maybe you've got it spot on. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. Any Portuguese brothers or sisters, let us know in the chat. But in terms of Newcastle, yeah, they've got themselves Bruno Guimaraes. They've got themselves, Kieran Trippier, Chris Wood. And now it looks like they're getting Dan Burn, who, by the way, can I add, would be a great defensive buy because we saw what he was like against us. He's a tank. He's a house, as I said. Like, he's huge. So him going back home, basically, because he's from Tyneside, that's going to fit right in for them. And there could be another one or two coming through the door today. It's not over yet.
No, apparently. It's not over yet. But you can see that they're serious about their rebuild. And Arsenal were actually
that's just
Jan. That's just January as well.
January.
Yeah.
Mate, if they stay up the summer, they're gonna go ham. They're gonna go
mental. Yeah, they're gonna go mad, and hopefully we can relegate them, or someone can relegate them to just put that to a pause while we just do our building first. You see what I'm saying? But Bruno Guimaraes, you were supposed to Guimaraes. Someone help me out here. Can you phonically?
It's either Guimaraes or Guimaraes or Guimaraes.
Yeah, because otherwise I am going to butcher this name differently. So. You get me? But yeah, so here's Pedro. Pedro says he's not Portuguese, he's Brazilian, so no SH at the end.
Oh,
okay.
Is he not? I thought he was Portuguese. Is he Brazilian?
No, he's Brazilian. He's
Oh, okay,
Brazilian.
my bad.
Let me just read this real quick. I'm concerned as a Chelsea fan. Is this the board's way of saying Tuchel will be gone by next season? Haven't backed him when he needed it. Again, it's just like coming back to what we said. Like my personal opinion is, I'm sort of. I'm not too disappointed that we haven't done any business because A, no panic signings were made, and B, the quality that we need at Chelsea ain't really there in the summer. Most of them are tied up in the Champions League. Clubs don't really want to let them go. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm tired of stockpiling Younes.
No, no, no.
That's the
I
thing.
I completely agree. And this is the thing. Like, if we haven't made any signings because we don't want to panic buy, cool. If we haven't made any signings because we couldn't be bothered to look, different story.
Mhm.
And this is where, like, we genuinely don't know what side of the coin it's on. You
Yeah.
know, it could be the fact that we've learned from the past and we don't want to panic buy. And if that is the intention, cool. But if they haven't looked and actually, gone around and done what they should have done, and we haven't bought anyone because of it, completely different story. So, I hope it's the first one. And I hope it's not because we just couldn't be asked to go around and start doing any business, like, or actually pursue. Because this window, we haven't heard anything. There haven't been any links. All we've heard are Emerson for 3 weeks,
Uh-huh.
and trying to get him back, and that's failed. We've had Dembele being rumored for the past 2 weeks or so, and we know that's not happening up until the summer, where it more than likely will. It was only yesterday where I've seen the first name actually being linked. And I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. Now, if this is January or the summer, whatever, I'm cool with it. But that's Rafinha.
Mhm.
And that makes me go, okay, all right, nice. But that's it. Like, apart from that, in terms of this window, we didn't actually need to go and splash and go, mental. We just needed a wing back, or, a left back or a right back, someone to come in that defense.
Mhm.
The good thing is that we've had Malang Sarr play the way that he's playing. And
Yep.
that could be a factor as to why we
Mhm.
haven't got anyone, because up until May, that might sort us out. But again, we won't really ever know, will we? I just hope if it gets to summer and we don't do any business in the summer, we'll look back at this and go, "Oh my
Yeah,
god, we
absolutely.
failed
Yeah,
everything."
that's a good point.
That's the key. If we go into summer and we start actually getting top players, or we start getting exactly what we need in the summer, this window will be forgotten.
No, absolutely. No, that's a very good point that you make. Like, just because I'm quiet and I'm leaning on this January transfer window, I'm going to be absolutely preying the shit out of summer. I'm gonna be like on the case and be making sure like the quality that we're going for it's got to be there. This
Yep.
summer's gonna be telling us a lot as to where this board's ambition is, and whether like how we, and it could be a factor how we're really doing financially as well. What is the true status of Chelsea's financial situation? So we might find out. But there's also someone said in the comments as well that we also have to sell. We have to sell players because we do have a full squad. We are absolutely like we're rammed in certain positions. So I think, and part of the
Full of
rumor as to
Woodward.
why Dembele didn't make sense in January was because of that reason. We've got too many players that are stacked in that
Yeah.
position or in the attack. So we got to get rid of some. So that also makes sense. But if, because this comment here, I saw the name, he never got me with the name, I laughed, but it's just that the comment there was good. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, the comment there was good. But if, yeah, we was to finish the next summer window with those three players, I ain't gonna lie to you, I would be happy. I'd score it a 7 out of 10 because of the fact that we've missed out the wing backs.
Yeah.
But unless some of the youngers are gonna step up. But two of those players there, I would love in my team. Obviously, Tchouaméni, we've spoken about that. But Koundé, that's an interesting one because there was also rumors around January that we was actually trying to get a pre-agreement done for the summer for Koundé. Because look, that would have made
Yeah.
more sense to me because we were supposed to sign him last summer. His
Yep.
price tag is only going to go up. We risk just leaving him available and out in the market. If another bit of competition comes in, then the price is just going to go up. Similar to what's just happened with Tchouaméni. We could have got him
Yep.
for 25 M's last summer. We didn't. Now we're looking at around 80 M's, which thank God Chelsea don't mind paying. It's nonsensical, absolutely nonsensical when they could have got it for a fraction of the price. But for the quality that I'm seeing in that player, I couldn't care less. If you're gonna pay 80 M's and take the L, then do that. At least I'll rate you for your ambition if you're gonna do something like that. But Kunde as well, definitely. And the good thing is, it's rumored that Kunde and Tchouaméni are quite tight. They are very good friends. Not that it always makes a difference in a transfer, but in terms of if they're both in the club, I reckon that can only be good for team cohesion. So those two I'm excited about. Dembele, like we've said numerous times, he's the risky one. If he works out, then boy, we've got a serious player on our hands. If he doesn't, then we've got an expensive player that's not going to be playing games, sitting down on the bench, and we might repeat a Lukaku situation or worse. So you know what I mean?
Which is what we don't want. We don't want that at all, man. I don't want another situation like that. And the thing is that, you know, yes, he might be free, but his wages might be crazy. So we'll see. But yeah, it also depends on if he is actually wanted by Thomas Tuchel himself. If Thomas Tuchel's requesting him,
yep.
Okay, cool, fair enough. Because he might have the actual plan in order to get the best out of him. And if he does, then cool. And as long as he can keep him good, you know, in terms of discipline, then fine. If not, no. We're good. We'll go for someone else. Again, hence a player like Rafinha. But Kunde, I thought was someone that I think we tie up this window, at least for the summer. Not heard anything. There's been no peeps out of Sevilla. So again, we don't know what's going on there. And Tchouaméni, we, you know, me, you, and everyone and their mother wants Tchouaméni at Chelsea. So we'll, if that happens, fantastic window.
Yeah. Sure. And I mean, the blessing in disguise is the fact. Oh no, it's not. It's next year, isn't it? I was gonna say I thought this was the summer where quite a few contracts were gonna come. We're gonna be over, but it is 2023, so I've got to scratch that. Yeah. But let's talk about Super Frankie, Chelsea legend. Obviously, love Frank Lampard. Sad it didn't fully work out for him as manager, but things happen for a reason, innit? We've got the Champions League after we left. We got Thomas Tuchel. No one's complaining, but big up Super Frank. Just taking a job at Everton, actually. Frank, do you know what, yeah? One thing I will say, he's a brave man. In terms of his managerial choices, he's always taken a big challenge. You notice that? He doesn't step away from him. Go on.
No, he doesn't. And even in terms of this role, I feel like it was the one and only one to accept, if not, call it a day. Like, because it was clear that he wanted to stay in England. And that's why I was surprised when he turned down the Norwich job. Because I thought he'd take it. The Everton job wasn't up for grabs at that point. So he refused that, and I'm thinking, okay, well, what's his intention? You know, what other job does he want? And when this came about, I'm thinking, okay, look, Aston Villa have just taken Stevie G. There's no other jobs available. No one above Everton, in terms of the big clubs, are letting go of their manager anytime soon. Maybe Arsenal, but I don't think Lamps will go there. So it's a case of, look, this is it. This is perfect in terms of level, top end of the table, trying to get a European spot. It's the job he should have had before Chelsea, if we're being real. So I'm glad he's taken it. He's taken it, and that shows ambition for him. I think he'll do well. Again, asterisk though, he needs to have learned from his mistakes at Chelsea in terms of his man management. That's key, and that's what I said in my video earlier on.
Yep.
If he's done that, I think he'll do well.
Well, here's the thing. Everton have shown their support by giving him Van de Beek and Dele Alli. Dele, obviously, there's question marks around it. I didn't see that coming.
If he can fix Dele Alli, then cool.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Van de Beek signing, though, I think that one's going to be a decent signing for them.
Very good
signing.
He's been
desperate to be playing football, and he's just raring to go and play week in, week out, and show what he's really about. I mean.
It's a loan deal as well, isn't it?
Is it a loan deal? I think
it's a loan, and there's an option there.
Okay. Yep. You're right. You're correct. I'm just looking at Fabrizio Romano now. But two. Yep. Do you know what? I was getting messed up because I clicked on the YouTube thing and I was listening to you talk and I just responded to, yeah, man. See, the growing pains is still there, people. But Van de Beek under Frank Lampard, though, my bro. that could be all right. And I know Calvert
Yeah,
Lewin and Richarlison are gonna love a bit of that behind him because he's a very creative player. See what I mean? And he got Decore and those boys behind him that can do the
yep.
physical job. So it could be a successful one for him. He definitely deserves to have a decent period in his career after what he's endured at Man United. But yeah, apparently they're saying there's no option, it's just a
Oh, just
loan. But
alone.
you can yeah, but if it goes well for
United
him,
don't
you
want
can
him though.
see that becoming permanent. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah.
of course.
If it goes
And
well,
yeah, interesting as well. We're gonna see the Lampard versus Gerrard games now in the Premier League, so that's a bit more spice to it. You know what I mean? Two
it's our
legends.
like it's our own El Clasico now, isn't it?
Yeah,
To see
exactly.
them two going at it as managers, that's gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be pretty cool. And don't forget, we've got to play Everton in April, so it's gonna be Lamps against Tuchel. That's gonna be. Is it? I don't even know. Is it at the Bridge or is it at Goodison? If it's at the Bridge, oh my god.
No, it's that good. It's at Goodison because
Have
remember
we played
they
Everton
already
at the
played.
Bridge?
Yeah, we played them in December. You don't remember when we played their
Oh yeah, we
kids?
did. Yeah, we did. We did. Oh yeah, and they
Yeah,
nearly done
got
us
that
over.
shocking. Yeah, that's what I mean. So we've got to go over to Goodison Park.
Oh, that's gonna be.
Yeah,
Can't lose that. Can't lose
that's gonna
that,
be
man. No.
interesting. But yeah, man, honestly, like I don't see any business getting done before midnight. What is it? It's 5 o'clock over there in the UK, so you got about 7 hours till the window closes.
Oh, in
But
terms
these,
of Chelsea or
hmm
anyone. In terms
I'm,
of
t- I'm
Chelsea,
talking.
no chance.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of anyone else, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see what Arsenal do. Obviously, Aubameyang stayed at the club, but with what's gone on, you can blatantly see that they're just not interested in keeping him, and he's not interested in playing with them. So that one there
He
is gonna be interesting.
he was training
Um,
with the reserves, wasn't he?
yep.
Like, there's that. I heard a rumor yesterday that they could be looking to offload Nicolas Pepe on
Yes,
loan.
I saw that as well. But
That's
w-
that's
but
mad.
weren't they complaining a couple of weeks back that they were short on players?
Well, yeah, and Arsenal fans are screaming for Pepe to get more game time.
Yeah, that's going to be an absolute. That's going to be uproar. And the thing is as well is that I've got League Gunner later on, 8 o'clock UK time, 3 o'clock PM Eastern time. So that's going to be interesting to get his thoughts on Arsenal and the lack of transfers and the outgoings over
He's
there.
not happy. He's not happy. That's
Yeah, I saw he was live with rants and bants, which can't be a good thing for Arsenal because he's gonna absolutely go in because Rants is just gonna fuel the fire. You know
oh
what
yeah,
he's like.
completely. He's like Salt Bay in his prime, just
Yeah,
literally just
that's it.
spicing it
Yeah,
up.
nah, that's it. But I mean, for now, quiet deadline day for Chelsea Football Club. If there's anything that does come up later on, obviously I will be live with Lee Gunner, and I'm also as well. I'm gonna be live with Mr. Elo Stacks, the New York Everton fan. He's going to be speaking to me about Frank Lampard and how excited he is at his appointment at Goodison Park. That's one definitely not to miss. That will be at, I believe, 11:30 UK time, which is 6:30
So
US
just
time.
as the window is closed, because
Yep,
the window
yep.
shuts at 11 p.m. I think our time.
Yep. So just after
So
the
yeah,
windows close. So we're just gonna mix and match everything that's just happened out there and then talk about what he thinks is gonna happen with Frank Lampard and Everton Football Club. But Eunice, what have you got coming up for the rest of the day? I know it has to be busy because it's deadline day, but just let the
yeah, it's
people them
deadline
know.
day. I'm keeping tabs. Obviously, I was going to do. So I've done 2 videos already. One about the Africa Cup of Nations yesterday. 2 about Lampard and just the window and deadline day as a whole. I'm doing a Chelsea related video later this evening. About our window and how it's been looking and just extending from our conversation like we've had. So I'll do that, and if anything else happens that's blockbuster, or if anything comes through, then I'll make sure to report it. I mean, like just now, Tottenham, who I thought had a bad window, actually had 2 signings walk through the door now. So,
Yeah,
Bentancur and
Kulusevski
Kulusevski have signed.
and
So
do you know
Arsenal more mudded.
yeah, no, do you know? Yeah, and do you know what I will say? And being honest, those 2 signings actually improve Spurs. They
Yeah,
actually improved Spurs, so that's good scouting on them. And it's like you said, Arsenal in the mud because they could have done with them 2 players. To be completely honest with you,
and
they
it's
both
Tottenham.
walk into that team, especially the fact that they're rumored to be getting rid of Pepe. Kulisevsky could have done a job there. They've got nobody in
Yeah,
that midfield. They could have signed. Is it Benacer or Bentancur?
Bentancur.
Bentancur, yeah, bruv. This is what I mean.
Yeah,
They're going to improve
Bentancur.
Bentancur, because I get mixed up with Benacer and him, because there's two of them
Yeah,
that have but Bentancur, that's the Juve
there's
brother,
a few
innit?
that have similar names. Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
AC. Oh no, Bentancur is Juve.
They signed him from Juve and
they got him on a cheap. I think they got him for what was the fee, like 15 million or something. Like they've managed to nail these two players for actually not that much money.
Let me see what the actual price is, because that's hard to believe. No way. So Fabrizio Romano says here, official and confirmed. So, Rodrigo Bentancur joins Tottenham on a permanent deal. Statement confirmed.
15 plus
Juve
5.
will receive 19 million euros plus 6 million euro add-ons, as previously reported here. Boca Juniors will receive 30% of this deal. Wow.
Pick up Boca Juniors.
Yeah.
Tottenham have actually done good business.
They have done good business. I want to see how much they... Kulusevski
and Kulusevski is an 18-month loan. Kulusevski is an 18-month loan.
That's a good signing for
with
them.
an option to buy for 35 million euros. So that would be about 28 million pounds.
I mean, what I will say, it's not enough to rattle Chelsea. 100% ain't enough to rattle us.
But it's a start.
Mm-hmm.
But it keeps Conte satisfied.
No, 100%. And to boil Arsenal fans' piss, it's always worth it. Always worth it. Yeah, because remember, like, look how it went for them at the beginning of the window. They was bouncing. Yeah, Vlahovic is on the way. Top striker.
Nothing.
You get me?
Nothing.
Fiorentina. Yeah, for him not to answer the phone to Arsenal after the bid was made. Fiorentina rang them and said, "Yo, Arsenal trying to sign you, bro. What are you telling me? We've accepted their bid. You going over there?" He's like, "What? Nah, I'm waiting for Juve, blood. Yeah, you better get me." He's speaking to his agent. If I end up at Arsenal, you're fired. You're fired. Yeah, get me to Juve. Yeah,
he got his move, and fair play. I mean, that was a good signing for Juve. Juve have done good business. And a crazy rumor I saw in about a couple of hours ago or so is that could be sent to Arsenal.
Could you imagine if Morata goes to Arsenal? I'm doing like an instant live just to banter the situation. I don't care where I am, even if I'm picking up my kid from school, I am going live instantly. But go on.
But I'm not, literally. I saw that post and I was like, yes, please. I want this to happen. I'm a Chelsea fan. Morata Arsenal, absolutely. Yes. Now, because we know what would happen. And the fact that it's Arsenal, oh man, it'll be like what happened at Chelsea, but times 10. It'd be ridiculous. It would actually be mad. The banter would be off the scales.
I think Troops would finally throw Zara off the 15th floor window. He's just going to have enough. He's just going to turn on everyone at Arsenal. He's going to pick up the mic stand and beat up everyone. I never liked you anyway.
Straight up Royal Rumble setting.
He's just going to go.
We just had a Royal Rumble. He'll do his own.
Yeah, pick up Troops though. Yeah, he's going to go absolutely mental. Lee Gunner as well, bruv. Hey, if Morata crosses the line today, tomorrow is going to be epic, Younes. Lee, if you're watching now, pray. You better pray that Morata don't turn up at your club, because tomorrow, North Side as well, because tomorrow I am going to laugh. Love you to bits, Lee, but that's going to be hilarious. That's going to be hilarious. Morata 1-on-1 with the opportunity to get 3 points for Arsenal. He puts it wide into Rose. How did he manage that?
There we are. Stay at the same time. You see, because this is what we know. This is
trauma. Yeah. Listen, we have to laugh at our pain. It wasn't funny at the time.
PTSD, bro.
That's what I mean. Hopefully it's someone else's problem. Hopefully that's Arsenal's problem. One more question before we bounce. Again, we was asked about Dembele. Don't think it's happening this window. We've only got a few hours. Complicated signing. We've got too many attackers as well. We've got to get rid of players. So it makes sense to get him in the summer. Free transfer. It's going to be big wages. So it's like me and Younes were saying, because obviously you must have come in late, but it's like me and Younes were saying that the main business has got to be done in the summer, and we're going to be looking at Chelsea to be doing something serious. But Club World Cup is coming up. I'm sure me and Younes will be doing a live or something before that, so we can discuss that. But this is the time where this live stream will come to an end. Like I said, I will be going live with Lee Gunner. That is 3 p.m. UK time. No, 3 p.m. Eastern time. And then 8 o'clock p.m. UK time. This is the problem with living in New
that's the
York,
one.
bruv. Minus 5 hours, plus 5 hours, and I just get mixed up, man. But definitely, it's going to be on the socials. So make sure if you're not following the socials, both mine and Eunice's socials and Eunice's channel is down there in the description. Make sure you do smash that like button. And once again, thank you so much for 5K subscribers, to everybody in the chat, to everybody supporting. Let's turn that 5K into 10K and keep growing this community. You get me? So smash that like button, leave your thoughts down there in the comments. I always get back to the people. It's always nice to know what you lot are thinking. Let me know what you think of the transfer window and how it went. But Eunice, thank you very much as always for joining me here on the channel. And I'm going to see you tomorrow on Gunner's channel, right?
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, man.
Let's see how we show up. See how Arsenal are going into tomorrow.
Arsenal, please sign Morata. Do it for the culture. Do it for the culture, because it's going to be hilarious. But big up to everybody in the chat. We are out of here. Bless.